I'm honestly gonna get back boss, but only to try and stall this out, not because I intend to take a knockout. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Are you looking for sealed product and singles? You can find it all on Channel Fireball. Please use my Tailmon affiliate code when checking out to help support my content. Looking for PTGO codes? Potown Store has all the latest sets and promos, instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tailmon code when checking out for 5% off. If you're from Europe, Millipots Gaming has a wide array of sealed products, singles, and more. You can use Tailmon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. Want to show off your love for Tablemon? Check out my 2021 merch. These new hoodies and shirts are available on Amazon. Click on the link in the description to get yours. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Thanks so much for tuning in. We are going to be taking a look at the brand new Rapid Strike MIENSHAO with the Strike and Run sort of theme, which has been popular lately with Crobat VMAX and now this card. We have the Spinning Whip attack doing 90 damage, your opponent's active Pokemon is not confused, and then you shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck. So we're gonna be shuffling the MIENSHAO, trying to reuse that over and over as much as possible to pressure, and the confusion will hopefully make it hard for our opponents to attack us, along with having walls such as Altaria with the Miraculous Charm ability and also the Zamazenta with the Dauntless Shield ability, right? So that's going to be preventing damage from VMAXs, right? That's going to be the theme. We can also go into an Empoleon V with the Emperor's Eyes ability, which prevents abilities from basic Pokemon. I know in my Empoleon video I didn't play a Drizzle because I thought Empoleon V stopped it, but no, it's only basic Pokemon, but still pretty important. And we have a Mew to protect our bench, along with Rapid Strike Octillery, which allows us to use Rapid Strike Search, allowing us to search for a Rapid Strike card each and every turn. That helps a ton with consistency. Now, because we do have that, we are going to be playing a big focus on Karina, right? Karina's focus, a Rapid Strike supporter. You draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. And we also have the Rapid Strike energy, providing the 2 energies that the attack costs for MIENSHAO. Now, we also have Bruno. We will be losing a few Pokemon here and there. We can go into any of these walls or into Lily's Pokédolls. And then if a Pokemon was knocked out during our opponent's turn, we draw 7 cards instead of 4. So that's pretty nice. And then the Cynthia Caitlyn allows us to reuse that any of the supporters that we find. All right, so let's jump into the ladder, see what we can do with this MIENSHAO deck. Alrighty. Don't have too much hope for this deck overall. Single prizes are still very underwhelming compared to GXs, tag teams, Vs, VMAXs, etc. But should at least be fun, right? We start with a dead hand. Which is the theme of my channel, it seems. Alright. So the Pokecom allows me to potentially get out of this dead draw situation. Very surprising that my opponent benched the Bronzer, right? So what I'm gonna do is, since I'm not threatened, right, I'm gonna get the Remoraid, and then next turn I can get Octillery and I can get going, right? So that's gonna be the plan right here. We're gonna play this because my opponent might be playing that himself, and then we're just gonna pass. Very, very slow turn right here, but it is what it is, right? At least we have the Octillery to find us Karina's focus, and that will get us going, hopefully. Enthusiastation. So with Metal Goggles and the GX attack, we will only be doing 30 damage each turn. So that is a little bit of a problem, right? But I don't expect my opponent to have an easy way to deal with potential Altaria. So that's gonna be our end goal here. Okay, so I'm gonna attach the balloon to the Mienfoo because if I shuffle that back in, then that's really good. And then we'll use the auxiliary. I could just search for the card to attack. I priced 2 Corina's Focus, that's not ideal, but I just need more resources. I need a better looking field for sure. And I find the energy anyways, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead and do this. That will confuse this person. And then we will definitely bench these 2. And I think we just Spinning Whip, honestly. I mean, I could establish a Swablu. Is that good? Yeah, I think that's good. I'm gonna get rid of the reset stamp. I'll establish the Swablu. I do have a 2/2 line of Altaria right here. This card can search me for MIENSHAO. And yeah, getting this solid damage in early on is pretty nice, right? And we can just go into the doll feeling pretty safe, I would say. So my hand was dead, but the top deck completely helped with that. Now, it is important to note though, however, that after this second Corina's Focus, I will not be able to search for more draw supporters. So ideally I would find a Cynthia Caitlyn off of the next Corina's Focus, but we're getting some decent value for sure. Decent-ish value. So my opponent just decides to switch, that's understandable. Corviknight VMAX time for retreat will definitely be an issue, right? And not being able to power up Altaria will also be an issue, but my opponent actually chooses not to power up, which makes sense, I guess. And the Corviknight can evolve to remove the confusion, so I'm gonna Rapid Strike search for the Corina's Focus. I could grab the energy and bring this guy up and confuse him. That is tempting. However, that would put me in a very vulnerable position overall, because I would have to get rid of the Pokédoll and whatnot, so I think it's better to play it a little on the slower end. We'll bench you. I'm surprised my opponent didn't choose to just clutch and discard, but alright, so we have that. And we're just gonna pass. See the next Bronzor. See yet another switch. I am happy with that. I'm very happy with my opponent just using up those switches, right? Because then the confusion will be a little harder for him to deal with. I'm gonna go ahead and Cynthia Caitlyn first, discarding the boss, getting back the Karina. Very nice. Oh wow, I drew 2 energies. What the heck? Okay, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put this at the bottom of the deck. We will promote you, and then I will most certainly search for a Mienfoo right here. Still no Altaria in sight for us. So now we will be doing less damage, but 2 switches down, my opponent will be confused. So things are looking okay-ish, I would say. 2 switches down. I'm tempted not to put the doll in front and just put up the MIENSHAO, but then if I'm wrong, then I just lose the MIENSHAO. So maybe the middle ground play is putting the Mienfoo at the front. But no, let's play it extra safe, right? Let's play it extra safe. I still have all 4 of the dolls. I could draw any of them. With Karina, I could find... yeah, I have some options, right? Some options, for sure. So doll bronze I'm all ready for my opponent. Discards the Cheryl. Gets the Bronzor. And we just see a straight up research. That makes sense. That makes sense. Alright, we see a Saucer. Pokecom. I mean, you don't really need the VMAX, right? I feel like my opponent's just like doing the script, right? Getting everything out, but these two switches should definitely hurt him. And I would expect no Malo Lana, right? I would expect no Malo Lana from my opponent. Could see an escape rope right here. That would be less than ideal for sure. I would probably give up on a Mienfu at that point. Runs on 2 shots. Okay, now we're only doing 30 damage to the Current Knight. And my opponent hits himself. Perfect. That is really nice. Okay, so I'm definitely attaching here. That was going to be one of the cards I was going to search for. So I just bench them. And then we'll do this. Get another doll. That's actually fairly good. Let's definitely get a MIENSHAO. Let's evolve. And then we'll get some extra damage going. And we will have the protection from the doll. So slow and steady wins the race, I guess. Slow and steady wins the race. I can also, I feel like I should, like, if this guy gets benched, I should chase it down, right? To get 3 prizes. And try to get more things going. Or we might just see my opponent giving up on the active. That would be even better. Or we can get Marnie. I will happily take that Marnie too. I mean, that's very underwhelming, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Now I have access to Altaria, which is nice. Because then that might force Bronzong. Like, my opponent can't infinitely retreat, right? They still have 3 saucers left and 2 switches, you would assume. Going out into Altaria is actually risky, at least for now, because I don't have an air balloon for the Altaria. I've been taking a long time here. Finally clicks on Intrepid Sword. Alright, so we find Altaria. Okay, so definitely doing this. Definitely doing this. Should thin, right? Thin as much as possible. Rapid Strike. Get the Mienfu out. Alright, and we're getting 3 prizes here. That's very nice. It's actually really nice. Okay, I should evolve into Altaria, right? I am generally very tempted. Nah, I'll just go out into a doll. I won't risk the Altaria, until I absolutely need to, right? So you can have a doll. And if you have boss, you have boss. So first prize is a Bruno, nice. Second prize Auxiliary, that's also nice. In case this one goes down, I can establish the next one. And yeah, I'm only gonna be doing 30 damage, but I shouldn't be worried about taking out, which is nice. The free retreat helps him 1 turn with the confusion. Things are looking good. Slow and steady wins the race. Oh, okay, so between the 2 Corviknight VMAXs actually, he does have infinite getting out of the confusion. However, the Altaria is where things will start getting complicated. So this is where I will start going into Altaria most likely. Alright, nice top deck right there. I'll keep deck arenas in the deck, so I'm just gonna go Bruno. I should be drawing 7 cards off of this. Nice. No air balloon though. No air balloon still. Jeez. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna grab Empoleon And I'm gonna discard. No, I need the energy. What am I doing? I need to search for the energy. I almost misplayed right there. Okay. So I can discard you. I kind of feel like establishing a second Altaria here. I could also grab Samazenta, right? Samazenta is also an option, but not until I get balloons, and I can't seem to find them. So I guess, yeah, I'll just go for you now, for now. And you attach this. And then I'll go Spinning Web. So only 30 damage, and he's confused. Go out into the doll. I'll be the second doll that goes down. The next turn, hopefully I can... I have a Karina now in the deck. I just need to find the balloon. I really need to find that balloon. Asia's the Samazenta tempts the Station, right? The Samazenta tempts the Station. With the switches, I'm not sure I'll be able to pull this off actually. Okay, so I finally find a balloon. So what if I took the initiative on a Bronzong? I mean, I could consider it, right? Just taking the initiative on a Bronzong. So that means I attach here. I do this. I do this. I do two-shot it, right? Yeah, let's go for it. Let's grab a Mienfu. And we'll go Spinning Whip. Really well done by my opponent setting up 2 Bronzong, so for sure. Really well done. This is where we might see a boss onto Octillery. That would be very problematic. Boss plus switch KO on Octillery would be really problematic. Marnie would be insanely good. That's what we're hoping for, a Marnie. Right, so you see the Bronzong transferring the energy to a Station for some reason. Okay, transferring the energy to the active. Are we gonna see a flip to attack? Are we gonna see a retreat? Okay, it transfers the energy to the other Bronzong. That probably indicates that my opponent will start attacking. The hard retreat into the attack to not risk the coin flip. Continues to move the energy around, very undecisive. Maybe he has a switch and he was debating whether to use it or not. No, he's just using Cheryl. And chooses to Intrepid Sword, okay. I will take that. I will take that, okay. Gonna Rapid Strike for the Karina's focus. I have 4 energies, hopefully I can find one of them. I can, perfect. I also have this. And then I have you. And then I can Spinning Whip. Now, I am a little scared now, but there was nothing I could do. I am a little scared now about a potential boss KO on my Mienfu. That would not be nice, but there's not much I can do about it. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm not gonna be able to win this. I don't think I'm gonna be able to win this one. I mean, my opponent might have skimped out on the switches, right? Okay, that indicates a boss play, right? That has to mean we're getting bossed here. Yeah. As expected. And it's against the artillery too, which I think is the right play for sure. Definitely the right play. Okay, so this guy has free treats. Get a doll. Definitely want to put back you and you, right? And then the question becomes, what do I discard? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the doll. Right. So if I let the doll go down next turn, nah, you know what? I'm just gonna grab Karina. Okay. So I will establish the Rem Raid. And then now this is where I think I hold. Right? Because if I attack, then that leaves me open to a boss KO Mienfu. And the opponent could go once again boss KO Rem Raid. That is true. That is a possibility. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 energy in play. If I manage to establish the second Altaria, I think that's gonna be good. That indicates boss, though. That 100% indicates boss. That 100% indicates boss, yeah. So that's a big problem for sure. That is a big problem, because now we're definitely out of auxiliaries, which is a really good card, right? It helps us fetch what we need every turn. All right, so I mean, I can't just hold, right? Like, I do have a win condition, which is just setting up one Altaria and that's it. So I'm just going to attach and pass. And then next turn I can go boss KO the damaged Bronzong. Okay, so my opponent does recognize that reutilizing Eldegoss is good. That way he has extra boss's orders, right? It's also a potential anti-deck out situation. Okay, we get bossed out of the, I mean, Marnie out of the boss, out of the MIENSHAOs, out of the, all the energy is not that impactful. Okay. Oof. This is not looking great. Okay, let's thin the swap loop. That also shuffles the deck, and then we pass. I mean, I also don't know how many bosses orders my opponent plays, yeah. Okay, that's not the worst loss, right? Maybe I could have benched the memory, that's bait. Well, that's not ideal, because now I have no offensive pressure. And I mean, I think I just lose to Altaria going, to the Eldegoss going back into the deck over and over, right? Even if I establish double Altaria and somehow get rid of the Bronzongs. And that's the third boss. Yeah, that's the third boss, and they have Eldegoss. Yeah, the confusion is just not gonna do anything. I mean, I can't take a price, right? Onto the... Oh no, I can't even KO the Bronzong. I actually can't even KO the Bronzong, that Bronzong. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. This matchup is basically unwinnable. Basically unwinnable, I would assume. With the double Bronzong, it's pretty impossible. And then my opponent correctly knocked out the Octillery that eliminated my extra resources each turn. It's just pretty bad, you know? Pretty bad. Alright, let's try one more game with this. I mean, the deck feels okay. That was just, I don't know, rough matchup. Yeah, rough matchup. Which, having tough matchups against popular decks can definitely indicate or show some of the viability of a deck, right? Alright. Dead hand once again. However, I do have Octillery, right? So I'm gonna get rid of this Amazinta. Just looking at that doesn't seem like it's gonna play a major role. Can't do that. I can't do this. Starting with this is actually really annoying because I need to use one of my air balloons to retreat it. So that's not ideal. Right. So obviously the Rillaboom can bypass Altaria, right? So we're gonna need my opponent to have like a slow and steady setup, and then for the confusion to really put in the work here. Or maybe we just toss this deck into the meme and just completely not viable at all, and that's that. Alright. Alright, Bruno. I think I'm gonna save the Bruno for next turn once the Mew goes down. Realistically, I think just going for a MIENFAO here is better than trying to be like hyper aggressive. This gives me flexibility. If they go Bosque Auxiliary, well, so be it. We'll put it back and then we'll Bruno. I hope we just see the Mew getting knocked out. That's the ideal scenario, right? That is the ideal scenario. For just Mew to be knocked out, and that's that. All right. All right, so I have guaranteed KO on the active, right? So, well, not KO, sorry. I have guaranteed attack with MIENSHAO. Sorry, not quite a KO. Definitely not the KO that I'm mentioning. Okay, so let's do that. And then with this, I'm gonna search for... I feel like establishing 2 auxiliaries means the Bosque auxiliary is less viable. If I don't get another MIENFAO, then Bosque or MIENFAO completely delays my attack, so I think I'd rather do that. And I'll bench the Swablu to also discourage KOing the Swablu, right? I mean KOing the MIENFAO and KOing the auxiliary. My opponent might panic by seeing the Swablu. We'll see. You know, we shall see. We'll see what happens here. Alright, another energy to the Mew 3. We might see a retreat, right? But if it's just a retreat, losing an energy to just attack me, then that works, right? That definitely works. Alright, my opponent does flip heads on that. Understandable, right? Oops. I'm clicking on OBS instead of the actual game, so promote you. The stadium is definitely the card to get rid of, right? And then after we draw with the stadium, we'll see what we get and we'll make a decision. Okay, the air balloon is actually really nice because then now we can rapid strike search for the MIENSHAO, continue with our attacking pressure, and we can establish the Altaria, right? And then force my opponent into an E-key position and maybe even lose the turn, right? Maybe even lose the turn. So I'll do that. Okay, how do you deal with Altaria, Laser Breaker? How do you deal with Altaria right here? Cherish Ball, alright. Ooh, the GX attack on my Psychic with MIENFAO nets my opponent 2 prizes. That's scary. 30 damage on the bench also lets him bypass, right? The Altaria, but 30 damage to the bench is not that big a deal. Okay, so we do see a Malulana. That means no boss, right? I will happily take that. That means no boss's orders right here. That means no boss. I actually hope he targets down the doll. That would be fantastic, because then that activates my Bruno. So can I use Voltage Beat after attaching to the active? What the heck? Huh? I mean, obviously he's preparing for Peace Game GX, right? He's definitely preparing for Peace Game GX. I really hope he does 30 to the doll. Jet Punch, please KO the doll, please KO the doll, please KO the doll, please KO the doll. No, that's not the doll. Okay, I feel like I definitely need to Bruno here. And I'll attach here because then that lets me save it, right? Put it back into the deck. And then, wow, I whiffed either MIENFAO or Energy. I think I'm gonna get rid of these. Just get another MIENFAO. If I got MIENFAO or Energy, then I could have gotten an attack off. I'll bench you, and then I'll use Rapid Strike Surge. I will get you so that I can guarantee that you don't get KO'd. And then my opponent did play Malwana. Is the last card in my hand, in my opponent's hand, boss? Okay. We'll take the Marnie. No boss, that's good. Right, that is good news. How many energies does he need? 7 extra, so 8 total. Right, and there's currently 9 energy in play. So it's gonna be a big investment for my opponent. Overall, a really big investment. You might just see another Jet Punch, right? But that's okay. Underwhelming turns for my opponent so far, for sure. Alright. Yep, another Jet Punch. I'd be really surprised if my opponent targets down the MIENSHAO again. No, okay, he goes for Artillery. That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so we're gonna Incense for you. And then all these cards seem really good. So I'm just gonna Karina for 3. And I do get a Mienfu. So I definitely want to Rapid Strike Surge for this. Put back the balloon, and then I want to retreat into the dolls. I'm just gonna put both dolls back to open up bench space for more Mienfus, right? Just more Mienfus, I think is better. To have already on the bench, it's less cards I have to search for in case I get Marnied again. And then if my opponent goes for a GX KO, then I really can't do anything to stop that, right? I really can't do anything to stop that, so... The confusion, right? The confusion is the nice part, I guess, here. The confusion flip is what could save me from that, potentially. I wish I could have gotten an attack off last turn, though. That would have been really good. Valplum, not really a threat. Kuzmahala, so no boss, right? No boss, no Malana, no switching. Looking good here. It's a Capture Energy and a Big Charm. The Big Charm on this or this would turn the 2-hit KO into a 3-hit KO and the 3-hit KO into a 4-hit KO. What? My opponent went for a Capture Energy onto the Eldegoss for some reason. Huh? What? And he risked the coin flip, which means... What? He also risked the coin flip, which means he, I don't even know, dude. What? He risked the coin flip, which means, like, he could have made the Big Charm completely useless. Very weird. Very, very weird. Okay, now my hand is not great. I did the Karina before I searched. That way, if I found energy, I could establish another MIENSHAO. If I found MIENSHAOs, I just have energy and then that. So by thinning either card, I decrease the chance of me drawing the cards just with the Karina, but I didn't end up either drawing either an energy or a MIENSHAO. And next turn I might just end up doing Bruno for 4, which is not ideal. And my opponent just not a care in the world about Altaria. He's just powering up the 2 tag teams. So my opponent approaching the match very questionably. Extremely questionably. Alright, this is where we might see a boss onto my artillery. That would not be very nice. That capture energy for Eldegoss just made absolutely no sense though, like no sense whatsoever. Maybe my opponent doesn't know how that works, but it just made no sense. Okay. So we'll bench that, we'll draw. Okay, now we're at the risk of the GX attack, right? But my opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 11 energy, and that's, I believe, the amount of energy this deck usually plays. So I'm gonna go Bruno here. And with energy. Unbelievable, dude. With energy, with supporter. Can't catch a break. Right, just going with the flow. That would be nice, going with the flow. Yep, Cynthia Caitlyn, gonna get back the boss. I might have to play a defensive boss next turn onto the Rillaboom. I might just have to do that. Yeah, it gets back the boss. That means he's gonna go after Remoraid, right? Absolutely. So the question is, does my opponent have another switch? There's 1 energy in the discard pile as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 energy total. Usually a deck plays 2 captured, 10 grass, right? Usually. But we've already seen a capture energy for Eldegoss play, so I'm not so sure we can rely on that. Not so sure we can rely on that. Okay, chooses to retreat. Yeah, well no, with the GX attack he doesn't win. Unless he plays more grass energies, right? That retreat also makes absolutely no sense. Well, I mean, okay, fair, the Jet Punch, that's fair, never mind, it does make sense. I will take that back. Okay, so I do need to make this defensive play, and then pass. Yeah, so I guess finding the energy wasn't really impactful. Setting up 2 auxiliaries, that's what I'm noticing. Like, you really need 2 auxiliaries, because if one goes down, you need the backup one. Otherwise, you're in a lot of trouble. Or at least having 2 Remoraid down. That's the important part. Yeah, I'm not sure what outs my opponent has. To this particular spot, we could see a second Malolana, another switch, Air Balloon, right? See, tackle. Doesn't get anything. So we might have just won because my opponent really overdid it with the energies, like really. Or, I mean, he might just have a switch, right? He might just have a switch in his hand or in his deck, and that's why the Marty. Now we get double energies. Can't level ball for artillery, and auxiliaries are dead, so... okay. So I will grab the Swablu and grab the MIENSHAO. I mean, I'm just gonna Cynthia Caitlyn this Swablu. I'm honestly gonna get back boss, but only to try and stall this out, not because I intend to take a knockout. I will attack. Just to give my opponent a false sense of security. but I'm actually never going to take the KO on the real level. Like, I'll just leave it confused, you know? I'll just leave it there confused. And I think that might secure the game. Like, my opponent had 6 cards left in his deck when he played the Marnie, so unless the switching card that he's looking for was the very last card. Oh, it might have been. It actually might have been. Okay, so I'm glad I got back the boss. Okay, goes for a Jet Punch, takes the KO, that's fine. That could give him a Malolana. Could absolutely give him a Malolana. But we'll just do it again. We shall just do it again. I could take this KO. I don't think taking the KO benefits me in any way. So I'm just gonna pass here. Not even gonna show the energy. So 2 switches down. That deck usually doesn't play 4. Alright, we just see a pass. That's nice. We'll pass. We might have done it finally. We might have finally done it. Okay, so we get Marnied again. My opponent still has access to boss. That's why I'm not taking the KO, right? I could KO and like try to win through KOs, but if my opponent has enough boss disorders, then that would be bad. I have more cards left than he does. I have Dults as well, so technically I shouldn't ever deck out. If I'm smart. If I'm smart and I have 2 Dults, I should never deck out. I think that's game. I think that's gonna be the game. Pretty intense 45-minute video of MIENSHAO. Okay, I think definitely the Samazenta should be caught. And I think the engine that the deck has right now is not really ideal. This needs research. Like, Karina is nice, Bruno is nice, but this needs like more straight up deck thinning. I need to draw cards, find resources. I want to do this. So I think I'm gonna make a few changes to the list. Alright, my opponent finally just passing. I guess he's gonna make us do the 6 turns. And we have another boss in case he somehow finds a way to retreat. He could have Ordinary Rod to plenish his deck. I'm gonna send a Well Played. Please don't waste our time. I had someone comment the other day on one of my videos, you're a sore loser, you should play out the games. And it's like, dude, if a game is over, the game's over. Just move on to the next one. Like, knowing when to concede is actually an important skill of the Pokemon trading card game. Especially like when we go back to real life tournaments. Knowing when to concede, knowing when the game is over, and conceding to save time in a best of 3 setting is very important. So think about that next time you tell me I'm a sore loser that quits games that are clearly lost. Yeah, you know who you are. All right, so we managed to win that game. The deck feels like it feels balanced. It feels mediocre, honestly. It's like it's a cool concept and it's fun, but I don't think it's very competitive. I think my opponent definitely could have played that way better, and yeah, he could have definitely played things way differently. So Samazenta feels very useless. The engine, I feel, is not quite ideal. I would like a 3rd Remoraid, just making it easier to establish Octillery, and I'm just gonna add 4 research. Yeah, straight up research. Yeah, you want to set up, you want to dig through the deck, you want to, like, you can afford to lose some stuff. The Empoleon, that's also very questionable. So far, that is also very questionable. So maybe that could go for a little bit more consistency, but I'll keep it for now because you can actually potentially attack with it, right? Since you can power it up, it is a Rapid Strike Pokemon. So yeah, that will be all for me. You know, thanks so much for tuning in. Fun deck, not the most competitive, maybe in Sword and Shield. onwards, it's better, right? So if you're gonna participate in the Sword and Shield Onwards tournament happening this Friday, that would be awesome. And I feel like there it would be a little better overall, because the engine doesn't change, right? Overall, like, you can have instances, level balls, quick balls, you can have research, Karinas, Brunos, boss, you lose the Syndicatlins, which are not that impactful. You have the balloons, you have the energies, you have the rapid strike synergy, you have the Altaria. So maybe this in Sword and Shield Onwards, where the things are a little bit less aggressive in a way, it could work out better. So thanks so much. Don't forget to leave a like. Thanks so much for the support, and I'll see you in the next video.